Good morning, dear students. In last topic, I have completed characteristics of the living things. What is the characteristics of the living things from chapter 9, living organisms and their surroundings. Living organisms and their surroundings, chapter 9, the living organisms and their surroundings. In this topic, I told you about the cellular organization like unicellular and multicellular organisms. Next topic, nutrition and respiration, growth I discussed, and excretion and reproduction. Today I will discuss about movement. Movement. This is all about characteristics of the living things. You know that living thing shows movement. Living thing shows movement, and every day you see the animals, birds and insects moving from one place to another. Moving from one place to another. You know that most plants are fixed to the soil. Most plants are fixed to the soil, but they are also show the movement. And you know that the movement in plants is not as same as the animals. It is different because in animals they move from one place to another, but in plants movement in the plants is different, not like the animals. And just like the movement in plants is not the same as in animals, like walking, running, swimming, flying. In plants, stem moves towards light and the roots grow downwards in the soil in search of water, and in sunflower plant, the flower change their position to face the sun. And in microscopic plants like alga, that is the Chlamydomonas, that is alga, scientific name is Chlamydomonas. Alga, Chlamydomonas, the whole plant moves about in water. Whole plants move about in water. And some animals like sponges, corals and sea animals do not move from place to place. And now next is the response to stimuli. Response to stimuli. Living things respond to stimuli or changes in their surroundings. In cold weather, we wear woolen clothes. If our hand touches hot objects, we respond quickly, withdrawing it. What happens to your eyes when you suddenly move from a dark place into bright sunlight? You shut your eyes automatically for a moment till the eyes adjust to the bright sunlight. And a plant, when a plant bend towards sunlight, that is the phototrophic. Phototrophic, what is the phototrophic? What is the phototrophic? What is the phototrophic? When plant bend towards sunlight. Plants bend towards sunlight. Plants bend towards sunlight, that is called the phototrophic. And now geotrophic. Geotrophic. When roots grow downwards in the soil, that is called the geotrophic. Roots grow downwards in the soil. So two terms are there, phototrophic and geotrophic. Phototrophic and geotrophic. So phototrophic, what is the phototrophic? When a plant bend towards the sunlight, that is called the phototrophic. And when roots grow downwards in the soil, that is called the geotrophic. And in sensitive plants, you know that the leaves curl up on being touched by hand, and animals like cockroach and earthworm move away from light. And in all these examples, responses are taking place. Responses are taking place, and a response is an action which occurs as an answer to a particular stimulus. Just like if a hot object is there, and when you have to touch that object, you will feel hot. Or if any cold things are there, and when you have to touch, you will feel cold. So just means when you touch, immediately your brain send the answers, means it is, so you remove your hands from there. So that is the response to the stimuli. And response is the action. Response is the action which occurs as an answer to a particular stimulus. And just like cold weather, hot object, sunlight and gravity are stimuli. They are the stimuli, and as a result of which respective responses, like wearing of woolen clothes, withdrawal of hand, closing of eyes, bending of plants, downward growth of roots, and moving away of animals takes place. So this is the response to the stimuli. Next topic is the life cycle. Next topic is the life cycle. Life cycle. You know that living things follow a life cycle. Living things follow a life cycle. They start their life from a single cell. They start their life from a single cell. And in case of animals, life cycle consists of birth, that is consists of birth, then growth, then reproduction, and death. Birth, growth, reproduction and death. So 4 cycles of this life cycle: birth, after that growth is there, then reproduction, and last is the death. The life cycle of an organism may take a few hours and a few days or 100 of years to complete, and the period during which an organism completes its life cycle is called its lifespan. And in case of bacteria, for example, the lifespan is very short. And I will give you an idea. And this, it is given that lifespans of some organisms. Organisms and lifespans. Organisms and lifespan. Organism, bacteria, minutes. Lifespan of bacteria is only 20 minutes. P, that is the 4 months. Lifespan of P is the 4 months. Pine tree, several years. Housefly, 1 to 4. Housefly, 1 to 4 months. Mouse, 2 to 3 years. Dog, 16 to 18 years. Loin, 20 to 25 years. Elephant, 70 to 90 years. Humans, 60 to 80 years. Tortoise, 120 to 150 years. 120 to 150 years. You can see the life cycle, organisms and life span. Bacteria, 20 minutes. P, 4 months. Pine tree, several years. Housefly, 1 to 4 months. Mouse, 2 to 3 years. Dog, 16 to 18 years. Lion, 20 to 25 years. Elephant, 70 to 90 years. Humans, 60 to 80 years. And tortoise, 120 to 150 years. This is the life cycle of the given organisms. So this is all about the life cycle and characteristics of the living beings completed, and you will take revision till here.